I'm Robin Higgins, and this is What's an Example of Filtration Diffusion in Everyday Life? So let's take a look at our two concepts. First, we have diffusion. And remember that diffusion is taking something that at first is really concentrated in a small container, and then eventually over time diffuses and becomes completely homogeneous, losing that pocket of concentration and becomes over the entire container. So, an everyday example of this is food coloring. So you've probably had to, at one time or another, add a couple of drops of food coloring to a liquid. And we all know that after you add just one or two drops, at first it just looks like that and it stays there, but over time, or if you stir, it will diffuse, and so it turns your entire liquid, in this case pink. And so this is an example of, at first you had this tiny concentrated amount of liquid, and then slowly it spread apart and all of its molecules became equidistant away from each other until now you're at this liquid where it looks completely homogeneous, so it's completely diffused. So that's diffusion. Now let's look at filtration. So filtration, an everyday example of this is just making coffee. So let's say this is your system and you've just added your water and you also have your coffee grinds. So remember, your coffee grinds are a solid. And so your water level is here and it drips through, and after time your water level is up here, your coffee cup is full, but your solids are still here. So they can't get through because you probably have a coffee filter here that's blocking the movement of the solids. And that's due to pore size. So basically, a coffee filter has enough space for water molecules and the things that coffee are made of, various organic molecules, to get through. So it has no trouble getting through the paper. But these big solids are a lot bigger and they can't get through the paper. And so that's an example of filtration. So diffusion, taking something that spreads up over the container over time, and filtration, taking something and blocking certain things but allowing others to get through. I'm Robin Higgins, and this has been What's an Example of Filtration Diffusion in Everyday Life?